Okay, so the title of this video is Veganism or Vegan Plant-Based Diet. Are they one and the same? Well, they're essentially one and the same for sure, but I think that the word veganism has a lot of political connotations to it that put meat eaters like myself off when they contemplate maybe doing something a little bit different. No doubt that some of the videos that PETA puts out and some other people are really hard to deal with for any kind of meat eater. Generally speaking, I don't know of any meat eater that is really happy when an animal dies. And idealistically, the animal would be put down quickly, responsibly, the most humane way possible, and then processed from there. And you have there's almost a belief system in the meat eater world. You have to excuse me, the bugs out here are terrible today. There's almost a belief system or whatever that some of these videos are staged, and that things don't necessarily go as bad as what they seem to on video. And certainly today I couldn't tell you one way or the other. Oh my. We got lots of cottonwood flying around today. I don't know if you can see it on the video or not, but the allergies are at an all-time high today, as well as all the mayflies. Man. Anyway, I don't know whether or not the videos are actually set up or not. I would tend to believe that they're probably not, but I think it gets back to maybe some of the problems that you have with large slaughterhouses and big corporate factory farms that are raising, 10, 12,000 head of cattle or millions of chickens or what have you. So it's hard to say. But in as much as you'll attract people with honey, or however that statement goes, I really don't know. I just think that it's probably a better thing to attract people to, if you're vegan, to a plant-based lifestyle, not necessarily through throwing really horrific videos in people's faces and yelling murder and all that. And certainly, I don't care to have a very political channel. The politics in this country, regardless of what side you're on, is at an all-time high of disgust. And frankly, I'm just so damn tired of it. It's not even funny. If you can't take a look at the political spectrum and say there's been just too much crap going on, I don't know. I imagine you'll come to it in time. But like I said, I don't want to go down the whole political thing. So, I've been surprised at kind of the pushback I've had among friends and family. When you say, well, I'm vegan, right? So, I don't know. They give you kind of this look like, oh my God, you just burned down my house or something. And it's not that. I'm going vegan really out of health concerns and eating a better lifestyle, to live longer and just live healthier. I think that's kind of the prime reasoning behind it. So would I call myself vegan? Man, I'm telling you, these bugs. Oh, I should have filmed inside today. Anyway, vegans are fine. They're great people. They have really big hearts, obviously. They're very concerned about the animals and the animal welfare. And so I think that they're going at it from the right position, but not necessarily using the right means. And I scratched my head on something. I was hanging around on Hench Herbivore, his live stream this last Sunday, which was a pretty good stream. I like the guy quite a bit. I think he could be, he just was in a movie, so I think he could be like the next British action hero, 00 Vegan, as I was joking with him about on his channel. But I had asked, because I'm all new to this, I had heard that like egg whites were okay. And so I asked that question, kind of being new to veganism or whatever, whether or not egg whites are okay. And as it turns out, they're not, because it's an animal product. And then I was told that honey isn't vegan either, because the bee does work. Okay, I can kind of see that, but I scratch my head on it. You know, I've watched 628 Dirt Rooster. I'm interested in beekeeping, mainly because as the honeybees are disappearing in the wild for whatever reason, whether that's cell phones, pesticides, climate change, whatever you believe it to be, honeybees, honey bears too, as far as that goes, because the bees are leaving. Honeybees are disappearing. I don't even see that much in the way of the big bumblebees, or carpenter bees you might call them, flying around anymore. And so if you can keep them and get some honey out of them, I don't think it's that bad. The bees, they make much, much more honey than what they'll actually use in the year. Even over the winter time, the stores that they have far exceed what the colony is going to eat. So there's some benefit to the farmer, or beekeeper in this instance, to keep bees. You get the wax, which goes to making candles, lip balm, and some other things, as well as a nice sweet tasting syrup that the bees have made. But the bees benefit from that as well. They're kept in nice wooden boxes that have frames set up so that they can make their combs. And the beekeeper, any beekeeper, is going to want to attend to those bees in a really humane way, and look for different diseases that can be affecting that bee population. One of those things is the varroa mite. The varroa mite can cause a lot of damage in a beehive, and even natural bees or wild bees can have problems with the varroa mite. And the bees themselves will try to herd all those mites into one corner and then wax them in, propolis I think they call it, and will try to pen them in and get rid of them. But it becomes a matter of numbers, where the varroa mite can totally overrun the colony and kill them. That's not beneficial for anybody. There's also a type of moth that can get into the boxes and just lay waste to the entire colony. I couldn't tell you what the name of the moth is right off the bat, but you know, the pupa, the little worm, as it were, the grub, essentially goes around and slimes the whole box and eats all the honey, and the bees have a real tough time dealing with it. So there's benefit to that. It becomes a matter of, it's a conservationist thinking, a wise use of our natural resources versus preservationist thinking, where we just keep the natural resources as they are, and we don't ever use them. Renewable resources, you know, we use trees all the time. I'm a big fan of companies that go out and log, but then will go back and replant trees. You know, something like 10 trees to 1. I think that's common sense. Trees take a long time to grow. And if we're going back and we're refilling what we're taking, it's a good thing. You know, Mother Nature has ways of dealing with stuff. You have large forest fires, and yeah, they can be really destructive, but the benefit to the forest and to the woodland creatures afterwards is phenomenal. Everything that doesn't grow because of the height of the trees now it has the ability to crawl. Rabbits have the ability to hide. You know, I mean, yeah, it takes sometimes decades for a forest to recover from a fire, but the whole process as it's recovering is beneficial to animals, different animals, at different times during that recovery. And so I think in the larger ecosystem sense, you know, it's not a bad thing. So honey, though, it seems to me that the bees really do benefit from the beekeeper. You know, the beekeeper is going to want to keep animals out of the hives. You know, the bees aren't getting robbed as it is. And the diseases are just a whole lot less, I think, in the bee colonies. You know, there's problems in beekeeping with disease, but we can't sit here and say, well, there's no problem in wild colonies like this, because frankly, there just isn't the studies out there for those kind of colonies. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a common sense kind of vegan, you know. I don't have a problem with leather. You know, there's a lot of meat eaters. If we're going to use the animal, if other people are going to use the animal, then why not use it to its fullest extent? And you know, use the leather, at least with cows. I don't know anybody selling chicken leather. I think birds kind of get the short end of the stick, frankly, on it, because there just isn't much meat on a bird compared to its life. That's my own kind of thinking, but you know, it's a long process. And so, am I absolutely perfect on it? No, I'm not. Am I ever going to be? I couldn't tell you. I can tell you right now that the quote-unquote vegan diet or vegan way of eating is pretty palatable. And so, kind of by virtue of going that, then I'm not participating in animal slaughter or whatever. Yeah. But I think plant-based diet or plant-based lifestyle is a much fuzzier, nicer kind of catchphrase to use to introduce meat eaters into into eating plants, you know, and not eating animals. I just don't think you're going to go very far if you say, you killed this cow, you're a murderer, and you need to eat a salad. That just ain't going to work. It certainly won't work with me. You know, it just sends the wrong kind of thing. And I'm not saying all vegans are like it. I think, oh wow, let me see if I can, I don't know, I can see a deer across here. I'm out in one of my favorite parks around my house. Anyway, you won't be able to see it. It's just necking into the woods and kind of on the edge. Beautiful doe. Anyway, I think people like Happy Healthy Vegan really kind of do it right. Even Hench Herbivore does it right. I don't know what their political leanings are, or you know, if they're kind of in the flash YouTube video of quote unquote vegans screaming at people and calling people murderers. I really don't know about that. So, and it doesn't matter to me. You know, again, politics is way overrated, I think. People are going to believe whatever they're going to believe, and I think that we as humans, we as people can accept that other people have perhaps a different belief system than our own, and whether or not we agree with that, we'll still like the person as a human, because there are other qualities. There's more to a person than just their political stance on anything. But yeah, so that's a long rant about that. It's been a while since I've been able to put up a video. Like I said, at work and family obligations have really kept me kind of busy at the moment. So I have to figure out a little bit more time management, I think, because doing these videos can take quite a bit of time, and you know, the editing and all that, which is my own thing. I'm just saying that's why I haven't been on for a week. I've been really busy and haven't been able to frankly shoot, but I need to again focus on some time management stuff. I've been doing Wednesday weigh-in videos. Like I said, I'm not going to get crazy about the numbers. I really didn't have any weight loss in the last week. I don't know why. In a lot of ways, I don't really care why either. To be honest with you, it's just going to come off. It might have been that I wasn't as active this week due to those obligations that I had stated before. Or it could just be, you know, a matter of when I weighed myself or whatever. I don't know. But I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to come off. The real thing here for me is that I'm doing a huge positive change by not eating meat, cheese, dairy, fish, whatever. I guess fish is still a meat, but I don't know. I mean, I know it's a meat, but you know what I mean. I should have filmed inside today. Have I said that yet? So yeah, other than that, it's going good. Life's a little crazy at the moment, but I like crazy-ish. Got a lot coming on my plate this week. In fact, I'm going to be shooting a video right after this one about some other YouTubers out there that I think need a little bit of help, and I'll put a link in the description or in a card over here or over there. Look for a card or look in the description if you care to go watch the other videos. But yeah, it's going good. You know, I like it. I do want to say before I get out there, I don't think all vegans are crazy. I really don't. And frankly, you know, going to like Hench Herbivore's channel and even Happy Healthy Vegan and getting on their live streams, everybody's really warm and receptive. But oh, I hope I can edit that out. Anyway. So that's another side effect of going vegan. But everybody's been really warm and receptive, so I don't know. It's like a lot of these YouTube videos, it's hard to really know what all's happening because you don't know what happened before the camera turned on, and I think there's a real lack of context in some of it. But, you know, some of the reactions I've gotten from people where I say I'm going vegan has been kind of out there, so I don't know, but I can't believe this video is running to 17 or 18 minutes, so I've probably been babbling quite a bit. Big old bass just jumped in the pond over here. Pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate you watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. I think that's how the jingle usually goes on these kind of videos. And I will see you hopefully Monday. If I don't, have a great 4th of July. The weather's going to be fantastic where I'm at this weekend. We're supposed to get 100-degree temperatures this weekend, and I am very, very excited about that. It's my favorite kind of weather. Hopefully there won't be a lot of humidity, but we'll see. Anyways, have a good day. I'm Gator Bait Bill, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.